Hey there, Hawks fans. Christian Capozzi of the Green Hill Sports Network with you, and I am super glad to present and announce coach number 2 in the program's history for the Green Hill Lady Hawks basketball program. I am glad to be joined with Coach Joseph Simmons. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great. Excited to be here.
Well, excited to have you here, first off.
Thank you.
2 years in this program, rolling into year 3. And it seems like you're joining here at a good time. As we get started here with this interview, 2 years into this program, from the outside looking in, what have you kind of seen about Green Hill basketball in the short 2 years?
Yeah, I haven't honestly gotten to watch a lot of their games because never had them on a schedule and didn't play any opponents that were common. But I do know that they made a run last year and upset 2 really good teams in the district. Gave Cookeville their first loss and won the district championship, first one in program history, and that's exciting. And got to experience playing in the regional tournament the last 2 years as well. So, I think the foundation is there and the pieces are there for this program to really take off.
You come to Green Hill after 5 years at Good Pasture. Let's kind of get into your coaching history a little bit. I know you've been in Tennessee, I guess, the last 5 years, but you've done a little bit of traveling, a couple different places you've been.
That's right. Yeah, I'm from Arkansas originally, and so started out coaching high school boys in Arkansas, and then as any young coach that's not married and doesn't have children yet, you kind of have dreams and aspirations to maybe coach college, and so that was one of mine. I was able to meet my wife, and we got married and moved to Alabama and started coaching college in the junior college level, and was there for 4 years and had a great experience. But then God blessed us with our oldest child, and once that happened, decided I didn't want to be on the road recruiting all the time. I wanted to be at home and enjoy my newborn, and so went back to high school and then made a big transition from the boys' side to coaching girls. And so for the last 12 years, I've coached high school girls, coached 7 years in Kentucky, and then 5 years now in Tennessee.
How have you balanced all of your past experiences? You coach girls, you coach boys, high school level, college level. How have all those experiences kind of, resulted in what you are now as a coach?
Yeah, I think anytime as coaches, we're all thieves. We steal from each other, steal ideas. I try to really emulate and pay attention to the coaches that have had success and see what they're doing to be successful and try to incorporate that into all the programs that I've been a part of. And then at the college level, as an assistant coach, I got to be around one of the best coaches in the country. He played for Don Meyer, Coach Alan Sharp, and just taught me how to run a program, taught me how to do things the right way, and that you can work hard and do the right things and have some success. And so I think all those experiences, coaching high school boys, college men, and high school girls, I think I try to take something from every stop that I've been at that's worked, and then obviously there's going to be things that don't work, and you try to say, hey, I'm going to try to do better at that particular area, and so it's a trial and error type thing, and so you try to take the good with you where you're at, and try to eliminate the bad, and just continue to grow and get better.
You've gotten a chance to meet with the team earlier today, and something that I heard several times throughout that first meeting was hard work. How do you build your program around those 2 words?
Yeah, I mean it's all I've ever known. My dad was a coach for 20-something years, and I got 2 older brothers, and as a coach's son, he instilled in us that he was not going to put us on the floor unless we were head and shoulders better than everybody else, and so that just instilled that drive and dedication. Almost a perfectionist type mentality, which could sometimes be my biggest weakness as well, because nobody's going to be perfect, but you want to strive for that perfection, and so just kind of got that from my dad, and my mom was an elementary teacher as well, and just I saw what hard work and I saw it pay off, and then getting to experience being an assistant at the college level and the work that it took to be successful. There's no shortcuts to success, and that's what I just want the girls to know that. I know they already know that, They seem like great kids. I know the administration through this process has really been high on them, and that's encouraging to me. It makes me even more excited to be here and get started. But I'm going to put my hard hat on, bring my lunch pail, and go to work, and I expect the girls to do the same thing.
Take over this program. It's now going to be, I guess, your first year as a head coach at a new program. And from your experience, how important is that first off season of your summer workouts, in the weight room, those limited number of practices you get? How important is that heading into your first year at a new school?
I think it's huge. It's not like you're going to put your whole system in the summer, but I think the main thing is just getting them out there on the court and letting them play and putting my eyes on them. Because, like I said, I've never watched any of them play. I've never watched any film on them. You hear things in the media and different accolades that some kids get, but at the same time, I just want to put my eyes on them and see them get up and down the court and see what they're capable of doing to kind of build a plan for us moving into the fall. But I think the weight room is huge. I'm a big believer in weights. I want us to be in great shape. I want us to be physical. I told the girls a while ago, we may get beat, but it doesn't need to be because people outwork us. It needs to be because they're just a better team, or I get out-coached on that particular occasion. And so, with hard work and success, the winning and losing takes care of itself. The attitude and effort that they bring to the table day in and day out, because it's going to be a grind, like you mentioned a while ago, just in talking off the air, and it can be a grind. And so you got to be mentally tough enough to handle the day in, day out routines and still bring it every day.
You mentioned also earlier about a lot of coaches might have that, I'm known for this, or we do this all the time. You mentioned to the girls that, hey, in college you can recruit that way. In high school, you kind of play with the cards you're dealt. How important is it, too, for this summer to, as you mentioned, to kind of see what you have, to what will determine what your team will look like November through hopefully next March?
Absolutely. I think that's 100% correct. Coaching college, the head coach and myself, we recruited to our specific needs and who fit our style. In high school, you get what you get. And so I use the summer to just evaluate and give the kids a little bit more freedom, just playing a motion style offense. And then I focus more on defense, to be honest with you, at the start, just because if they can buy into the defensive end of the floor, the offense will find enough points from different places. But just want to see what they're capable of, see what their skill sets are, and then we can develop a plan moving in. But I've done several different things. We've ran a 5-out offense. We've done 4-out, 1 in. We've done 3-out, 2 in. I mean, we've run a lot of sets. We've run a lot more motion, and so it's based strictly on the personnel of that team in that particular year. And I think that's what makes high school coaches different, is because year in and year out, we all have to adjust to the players that we have.
You mentioned hard work. What about District 9 4A? A team in Cookeville has spent a good portion of last year undefeated. A Lebanon team has been very familiar with Murfreesboro. Hard work is a common word when you got to go through District 9 4A.
Absolutely, and that's what I told the girls a while ago. Just night in, night out, we're going to be challenged, and that's a good thing. We might take some losses along the way, but at the end of the day, if we're able, to advance postseason wise, I feel like any team in our league or our region that advances has a great opportunity, and I think that was proven last year with 2 of those teams from the region making it to the Final Four, with Beach and with Cookeville. But yeah, Lebanon and Cookeville, you got Wilson Central, Mount Juliet. The thing that I know is night in, night out, you're gonna have to be prepared. You're gonna have to have a plan, because those are great coaches. Those schools have great coaches. Our region has great coaches, and so night in, night out, you better have a plan, and you got to have your team prepared. And so I'm excited for the competition. It's like I told the girls, as a competitor, you want to play against the best, and I think in our district, that's what you're going to see.
You might not have all the specifics, hammered out yet. First day on the job. What do the next weeks and months look like as we progress through the off season?
Yeah, I think administration and I are going to sit down today and try to hammer out some dates, maybe for tryouts potentially in May. And then I believe we're allowed to have some practices in the spring before school's out, and so we'll try to knock down some dates on that and just start implementing our culture that we want to establish and our identity that we're trying to build over the summer leading into next season. But then I think the summer, I think June's huge. I think, we'll go to a few team camps and get them playing against some competition and letting them compete and play. I'm not a big proponent of keeping up, hey, we won this amount of games in the summer. I don't know any teams that won a championship in the summer with the amount of games they played or won. I think the summer is more about building that trust, that chemistry, and trying to establish an identity and a style of play that we feel comfortable with and that can help us be successful. And then obviously we'll continue our strength and conditioning program in the summer as well. I think the off season is huge. That's when you want to get bigger, faster, and stronger each and every summer. And that you'll be able to see the kids that put in the work come November when we start practice and head into the season. But summer is huge, and I know a lot of these kids probably play travel ball and things of that nature and do some training on the side, and so I'm excited. Like I said, my head's kind of spinning because everything's kind of moving so fast now, and just trying to get a plan in place with what we want to do this summer, scheduling wise, and then also trying to finish the schedule for next season as well.
Well, for as much as you've had to go on day number one here on the Hill, thank you for taking the time to join us, and may I be one of the first to welcome you here to Greeno High School.
I appreciate it. Excited to be here and get started.
All right, there you have it. Joseph Simmons, second head coach in Green Hill girls basketball program history.